Well, what started all of it was I heard that they were approaching local woodlot owners looking to buy woodlots around here for use in a resort. And when I heard that, I of course was quite concerned about it, and at least wanted more information about it. And then that's when I started that whole process of trying to find information. Since then, it's been quite a battle. I had to go through the Rights to Information Act to get anything from Department of Natural Resources, and even then, when they sent the information, it came with a letter saying they were withholding documents that I guess were of some sort of sensitive nature. I find it certainly very hard to trust the government with everything that's happened. They've been making statements public, which the information I received under the Rights to Information Act seems to contradict. For one, they've claimed that they have not asked Irving to come in and strip this land, and I have emails from the Department of Natural Resources that clearly indicate that Irving was approached and asked to clear this whole area in as little as 6 months. So it obviously contradicts, and I'm also quite disappointed in Minister Donald Arsenault's comment. He's made several comments to the papers that he's going to make this a very clear and transparent process, and from what I've seen, it's been anything but that. It's been a very hard battle to try to get any information concerning this. I guess the comment from the DNR spokesman was this is just, I don't know if he called it shrubland or scrubland, one or the other, and he didn't want to know why everybody was concerned about, I guess, the harvesting of what he claims is scrubland. And in fact, I've got DNR emails where DNR officials are describing this as very productive forest land. So it really contradicts the DNR spokesman's description of it as scrubland for sure. But this whole area here, I'm very familiar with it, having grown up with a family woodlot nearby here, and this whole area, or most of this area, has been inaccessible for up until maybe 5 years ago when they started putting roads in here. So we had I guess a wilderness area in here, which has been changing even before this development. It's owned by, I guess, the taxpayers of New Brunswick, and really the government only holds it in trust for us. Doesn't belong to the Crown itself. Certainly one of the concerns I have is the secrecy around it and the lack of public involvement. I've made several requests to the Department of Natural Resources for a public input process or for information, and I've been denied all requests. And that's quite concerning considering this is public land. They do have a policy in place governing the exchange of Crown lands or public lands. Any land swap would have to be beneficial to the province in terms of forest management only. So in other words, by making the swap, they'd have fewer property lines to maintain or get better woodland and exchange more productive woodland, larger volumes of wood, etc. But here we have suggestions that they've been trying to get around this policy, and if nothing else, the policy, I feel, is flawed in that there is no, it doesn't leave room for a public input process. It doesn't require one. I mean, there's nothing in the policy that says there can't be one. Now, I know that the Department of Natural Resources has been approached by several people requesting a public input process, and their response to that has been basically, we have a policy that doesn't include that. Well, that's not to say they can't have one. I don't think. If they're doing everything on the level, then why keep the information from the public? I can't help but to wonder, given the information that I've got, if the government has been trying to get around their policy for land swaps in order to get this land in the developers' hands so they can make this development happen. Well, even DNR will admit that the developers in the past have made different proposals for a land swap and haven't been able to come up with a land of high enough value to make an even swap. So I can't help but to wonder if the reason that Irving's in here and clearing the amount of land that they are is a way to, first of all, capture the fiber before the land swap takes place, and secondly, to devalue the land, the public land, so that it can make an even swap much easier to do.